Self-acknowledge, the foundation of personal and professional success. When we think about success, many people focus on external achievements such as financial wealth, career progression, or recognition from others. While these things can contribute to a sense of accomplishment, the key to lasting success, both personally and professionally, starts with something much deeper: self-acknowledge. First case self-acknowledge is the ability to understand yourself, your strengths, weaknesses, motivations, values, and emotions. It's about having an accurate and honest view of who you are and how you interact with the world around you. Without self-acknowledge, it's easy to become disconnected from your true purpose and direction in life. You may find yourself pursuing goals that aren't aligned with your authentic self, making decisions that don't reflect your values, or feeling lost even when you achieve external success. In this script, we will explore why self-acknowledge is so crucial to success, how to cultivate it, and how it can positively transform every area of your life. We'll also discuss practical ways to enhance your self-awareness, recognize your blind spots, and leverage your unique strengths. The importance of self-knowledge. Before diving into how to cultivate self-knowledge, let's first understand why it's so important. At its core, self-knowledge helps you make better decisions. When you understand yourself, what motivates you, what you value, and what you're naturally good at, you can make choices that align with your true self. Consider this. If you don't really know what you want out of life, or if you're not clear on your strengths and weaknesses, how can you set meaningful goals? How can you choose the right career path, relationships, or lifestyle? Without self-acknowledge, you might end up pursuing things that don't fulfill you. Moreover, self-acknowledge allows you to avoid common pitfalls like self-sabotage or acting out of fear and insecurity. It helps you identify and address negative patterns in your behavior and mindset. For example, if you know that you tend to procrastinate when faced with tasks that feel overwhelming, you can take steps to manage your time more effectively and stay productive. If you know that you struggle with self-doubt, you can work on building your confidence and self-esteem. Self-acknowledge in personal success. On a personal level, self-acknowledge leads to greater fulfillment and emotional well-being. And when you understand yourself, you are better able to navigate life's challenges, make decisions that reflect your values, and build relationships that support your growth. Self-acknowledge helps you develop a sense of clarity about who you are and what truly matters to you. This clarity allows you to live authentically, rather than being driven by societal expectations, peer pressure, or external validation. Imagine waking up every day knowing exactly what your priorities are, where you're headed, and why. Self-acknowledge gives you that sense of direction. It helps you set goals that are meaningful to you, rather than simply chasing success as defined by others. This clarity also allows you to build deeper, more authentic relationships. When you know yourself, you are better able to communicate your needs, boundaries, and desires to others. You can engage in relationships from a place of honesty and vulnerability, which fosters trust and connection. As self-acknowledge in professional success, in the professional world, self-acknowledge is equally important. Whether you're a leader, an entrepreneur, or an employee, understanding yourself is the key to performing at your best. Let's take leadership as an example. Great leaders are not only skilled at managing others, they also have a deep understanding of themselves. They know their strengths and weaknesses, and they are aware of how their behavior impacts those around them. Self-aware leaders are more effective because they can leverage their strengths while mitigating their weaknesses. They are also better equipped to handle criticism, manage conflict, and navigate the complexities of leading a team. Entrepreneurs and business owners too benefit from self-knowledge. When you understand your strengths, you can focus on the aspects of your business that align with those strengths and delegate tasks that don't. When you're aware of your weaknesses, you can seek out resources, education, or partnerships to fill in the gaps. Even as an employee, self-acknowledge is a valuable asset. It helps you make career decisions that align with your skills and passions. It allows you to identify opportunities for growth and development. And it makes you more adaptable, as you're able to recognize when something isn't working and adjust accordingly. How to cultivate self-knowledge. Now that we've explored the importance of self-knowledge, let's dive into how to cultivate it. Developing self-knowledge is a lifelong journey, but it starts with a commitment to self-reflection and honesty. Here are several practical ways to enhance your self-knowledge. 1. Practice self-reflection. This involves taking time to think deeply about your thoughts, emotions, and actions. Self-reflection allows you to gain insight into why you do what you do. It helps you uncover patterns in your behavior, understand the motivations behind your decisions, and recognize how your experiences have shaped you. Set aside time regularly to reflect on your day, your interactions with others, and your emotional responses to different situations. Ask yourself questions like, what went well today? What could I have done differently? How did I feel in certain situations, and why? What do my reactions tell me about myself? Self-reflection doesn't need to be complicated. It can be as simple as journaling for a few minutes each day or taking time to sit quietly and think. The key is to approach it with an open mind and a willingness to be honest with yourself. 2. Seek feedback from others. While self-reflection is valuable, we all have blind spots, areas where we may lack objectivity or fail to see ourselves clearly. That's where feedback from others comes in. Ask trusted friends, family members, or colleagues for feedback on your behavior, strengths, and areas for improvement. Be open to what they have to say, even if it's not always easy to hear. Receiving feedback helps you gain a more complete understanding of how you are perceived by others and can reveal insights about yourself that you may not have been aware of. For example, you might think you're a great communicator, but others may point out that you often interrupt or don't fully listen. Or you may believe you handle stress well, but others may observe that you become irritable or withdrawn in high-pressure situations. The goal of seeking feedback is not to criticize yourself, but to become more aware of your behavior and how it aligns with your self-perception. This awareness allows you to make adjustments where needed. Pause. Take personality and strength assessments. Pause. Personality and strength assessments can be valuable tools for gaining insight into your natural tendencies, preferences, and strengths. There are many assessments available, such as the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator, MBTI, the Enneagram, or the Clifton Strengths, formerly StrengthsFinder. These assessments can provide a structured way to explore your personality traits, how you relate to others, and what types of work or environments you thrive in. While no assessment can fully capture the complexity of who you are, they can offer helpful frameworks for understanding yourself better. They can also serve as a starting point for deeper reflection and exploration. 4. Pay attention to your emotions. Your emotions are a powerful source of information about yourself. When you feel strong emotions, whether positive or negative, it's an opportunity to learn more about what's driving your reactions. For example, if you find yourself feeling angry or frustrated, ask yourself, what's triggering this emotion? Is it related to an unmet need, a boundary being crossed, or a deeper insecurity? On the other hand, when you feel joyful or excited, pay attention to what's happening in those moments. What activities, people, or experiences are bringing you happiness? How can you incorporate more of these into your life? By paying attention to your emotions and exploring their underlying causes, you can gain valuable insights into your needs, values, and triggers. 5. Identify your strengths and weaknesses. A crucial part of self-knowledge is understanding your strengths and weaknesses. Your strengths are the things you do well, the skills or talents that come naturally to you. Your weaknesses, on the other hand, are areas where you may struggle or need improvement. Being aware of your strengths allows you to leverage them to your advantage. It gives you confidence in your abilities and helps you focus on the tasks and goals where you can excel. At the same time, acknowledging your weaknesses is not about self-criticism. It's about being realistic and proactive. When you understand your weaknesses, you can seek support, delegate tasks, or invest in learning and development to improve in those areas. Take time to reflect on your past experiences and accomplishments. What skills or abilities have helped you succeed? What challenges have you faced, and how did you overcome them? These reflections will help you identify patterns that reveal your strengths and weaknesses. Overcoming common barriers to self-acknowledge. While self-acknowledge is incredibly valuable, it's not always easy to achieve. There are several barriers that can prevent us from fully understanding ourselves. Let's explore some of these barriers and how to overcome them. 1. Fear of self-discovery. One of the most common barriers to self-acknowledge is the fear of self-discovery. Sometimes we avoid looking too closely at ourselves because we're afraid of what we might find. We may fear uncovering weaknesses, insecurities, or aspects of ourselves that we don't like. However, avoiding self-reflection only keeps us stuck. True growth and success come from embracing who we are, both the positive and the negative. Remember that self-acknowledge is not about judgment, it's about understanding. The more you understand yourself, the more empowered you will be to make positive changes and live authentically. 2. External validation. Another barrier to self-acknowledge is the desire for external validation. When we rely too heavily on others' opinions or approval, we lose touch with our true selves. It's important to recognize that while feedback from others is valuable, it should not define your sense of self-worth. Ultimately, self-acknowledge comes from within. You are the expert on your own experience. Cultivate a sense of inner validation by trusting your own instincts and values. Learn to make decisions based on what feels right for you rather than seeking constant validation from others. 3. Bias and blind spots. We all have biases and blind spots that can distort our self-perception. These blind spots may prevent us from seeing certain aspects of ourselves clearly, whether it's our strengths, weaknesses, or emotional patterns. To overcome these blind spots, it's important to seek diverse perspectives. This could mean asking for feedback from people with different backgrounds, experiences, or viewpoints. It could also mean challenging your own assumptions and being open to seeing yourself in a new light. By being aware of your biases and blind spots, you can take proactive steps to gain a more accurate and complete understanding of yourself. The ongoing journey of self-acknowledge. Direction. Self-acknowledge is not a destination. It's an ongoing journey. As you grow, evolve, and experience new challenges, your understanding of yourself will continue to deepen. There will always be new things to learn about yourself, whether it's discovering hidden strengths, addressing limiting beliefs, or understanding how past experiences have shaped your behavior. The key is to remain curious, open, and committed to self-reflection. The more you invest in understanding yourself, the more you will unlock your potential for success, fulfillment, and personal growth. Conclusion. Self-acknowledge is the foundation of personal and professional success. It allows you to make better decisions, set meaningful goals, and live authentically. By practicing self-reflection, seeking feedback, and paying attention to your emotions, you can develop a deeper understanding of yourself. And overcoming common barriers such as fear of self-discovery or external validation will allow you to embrace your true self and lead a more fulfilling life. Remember, the journey of self-acknowledge is ongoing, and each step you take brings you closer to becoming the best version of yourself. Start today. Invest in getting to know yourself and watch how it transforms your life.